The April 1992 release for Disney was 101 Dalmatians, off of a 1991 re-release, which, until The Lion King broke the re-release title record in 1990, no, not 1990, in 2011, it had the most successful re-release of any Disney film ever, grossing, I believe, $61 million. I think Lion King grossed 66. This has a lot of ancillary stuff in it, so we'll have to look at that in a moment, but let's look at the tape first. These are two different tapes of 101 Dalmatians, if I may. I originally had two different tapes. Let's see, February 25th, 1992. This tape is the generic 101 Dalmatians release. It has the teaser trailer for Aladdin, the film, and then it has the Buena Vista logo and the trailers for Great Mouse Detective and Beauty and the Beast at the end. We'll look at the ancillary stuff in a moment. This one, on the other hand, has no trailers on it at all. It is just goes right to the Walt Disney Classics logo, jumps right to the film, and then the Buena Vista logo at the end. It doesn't even have any trailers on it. And when was this release date? February 11th, 1992. These are not that far off. Put you in the box. Excuse me. Thank you. I'll just leave you there. Who cares? You don't care, phone. I know that. Alright. Now, my 1992 tapes, with the exception of The Rescuers, all have ancillary stuff, so this could take a while. Business reply card with the various titles that were available at the time. A top here, including the most recent one being Fantasia, the oldest one on that list being, I'm not seeing Lady and the Tramp, so it has to be Cinderella. Yep, it's Cinderella. Business reply card. We'll look at that big one later. Let's look at this one first, since it's just one sleeve. This is a promo for the Ed Sullivan Show, which would ultimately get spoofed in Aladdin, but this was coming on home video. Disney would actually do a lot of those videos, including, they actually have a Johnny Carson collection, too. Fortunately, I was too young to understand them. This is a special game called Puppy Pandemonium. Not entirely sure what's up here, but it's a refund offer for Nabisco products and a proof of purchase for 101 Dalmatians. On the other side, a $3 refund offer for a Nabisco product. Yay. Yay. Some films are so special they capture your heart forever. Walt Disney Studio Film Collection, which, wow, that's a lot. It's a lot to get through. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Candle Shoe, The Apple Dumpling Gang, Freaky Friday, Kidnapped, In Search of the Castaways, and The Love Bug is the first half. Of these films, the only two I have not seen are Freaky Friday, the original, and, of course, Candle Shoe. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Candle. No, I have not seen Candle Shoe. And then on the back, you have, move my foot out of the way, Old Yeller, The Parent Trap, The Story of Robin Hood, The Three Lives of Thomasina, and Treasure Island. Of those, I have not seen The Story of Robin Hood or The Three Lives of Thomasina. I don't even know what those films are about, but I have heard that those are good films. Maybe not great films, but good films. Those are mostly just live-action ones, because the live-action / animated ones like So Dear to My Heart, Mary Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, they were all getting were all available at this time. And they should be getting advertised in here. At least one of them should be. It shows that you can purchase 101 Dalmatians for a limited time. Your last chance to own these classics, Fantasia and The Jungle Book. Now, Fantasia at this point should definitely have been gone. The Jungle Book, maybe not. I think The Jungle Book went into the vault in May of 1992. I think it was available for a whole year. Fantasia was gone in 50 days. Maybe some retail copies were left, but I'm not sure about anything else. Let's see. These are the regular releases, like Pete's Dragon, The Rescuers Down Under, Mary Poppins, Robin Hood, Dumbo. This should continue onto the back. Yep. Alice in Wonderland, The Sword and the Stone, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, The Brave Little Toaster, and The Three Caballeros. Video releases for Winnie the Pooh, The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Tailspin, DuckTales, Cartoon Classics, The Sing-Alongs, The Mini Classics, Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, and Sebastian's Party Gras, which I have never found a copy of. I'm very disappointed. Frankenweenie. From Tim Burton, the director of Batman and Beetlejuice, comes this laughable, lovable twist on the classic tale Frankenstein. This is also now a full-fledged movie. A Barbie... Is that a dance video? A Barbie dance video. Wow. How desperate Disney must have been in the 90s. Which means how desperate they are now. Let's see. Enjoy these other hits. Arachnophobia. Mr. Destiny. 3 Men and a Little Lady. Dick Tracy. Dead Poet Society, which I love. Turner and Hooch. 3 Men and a Baby. The Elvis Presley Collection. You'll go Simply Mad over this Disney. Simply Mad About the Mouse. Just love songs, I guess. What the hell is that thing supposed... Oh, it's Mr. Bluebird. Oh, I get it. It looked like Genie for a second, but I thought it was too small to be Genie. And Rocky and Bullwinkle. 101 Dalmatians is one of the films that I probably overrated when I first did my top 20 list. Because it was actually a lot higher than it was on my second. I think it's because Cruella de Vil is such an awesome villain that I think I pretty much said that she stole the show and was the reason it got that high. But unless Cruella de Vil was someone like Frollo or Scar or Jafar, then it would not have been that high. So I put 101 Dalmatians number 24 right in front of Peter Pan on my list. It's still a good film and a good one to show your kids early on in case you're afraid to show them certain things. But don't show them this videotape because that Buena Vista logo at the end with the weird Walt Disney Home Video music still scares the shit out of me even to this day. Here is the third post-Untouchable film released on home video. The Great Mouse Detective, fresh off of a re-release in 1992 to decent success. The Great Mouse Detective was a decent hit when it first came out. And it has since grown in popularity, and it is one of the better Disney films out there. I really do like this film. But of course, we'll have to talk about that later. We got a ton of ancillary stuff to go over. But first, let's get to the tape first. Before I waste more time. The Great Mouse Detective, sucker, April 22nd, 1992, as the big summer release of that year. Kinda odd, but okay. A proof of purchase for The Great Mouse Detective. Nothing on the back. We have a business reply card. The oldest title on there, I believe, is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. No, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids came out in 90. So it would be Bambi. Bambi is the oldest title in that list on this business reply card. And then we got this big catalog here. It's little, but it's got a lot of pages. You know what? Let me just switch hands. There we go. Much better. Alright. Up. Hey. Thank you. Promos The Rescuers, which is going to be the next film we go over. Thank God that doesn't have any ancillary. The Great Mouse Detective. Yay. And then traditional films like we talked about for 101 Dalmatians. Mary Poppins, Pete's Dragon, Three Caballeros, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Along with the classics that weren't going anywhere. Alice in Wonderland, The Sword and the Stone. You really do want to close, don't you? Rescuers Down Under, Robin Hood, Dumbo, and The Brave Little Toaster. And we got the studio film collection, which we already went over. Except that you now have Darby O'Gill and the Little People and the Swiss Family Robinson added to that. Usual titles to go over, which we already talked about. Now you have them discussing the sing-alongs, which the new one, Be Our Guest. Cartoon classics, mini classics. Nothing else really new here. Extra cartoon classics. Maybe Goofy was a new catalog there. Now you have the Collect Them Before It's Too Late with Fantasia, which by summer of 1992 was definitely off store shelves. Jungle Book should have been off store shelves, and Dalmatian wouldn't be off store shelves until 1993. Now, this is the Ed Sullivan Show again. I'm surprised I haven't seen anything for the Johnny Carson Show yet. I think that came out at the same time. Frankenweenie, Barbie, and then the videos again. I don't think anything... Oh, here we go. This changed. You got one Rocky and Bullwinkle thing, but now you have Alvin and the Chipmunks, which Disney apparently owned at some point. Did not remember owning that. I know Nickelodeon owns them now, and now they're running it into the ground. And, of course, Beauty and the Beast, which was coming out in October 30th. The big release of that year. The Gray Mouse Detective is a very good film. Some of the best chemistry between a hero and a villain Disney has ever done. I'm not sure. I don't think Basil Rathbone plays Basil. I know he plays Sherlock Holmes, though, in this movie. But you get Vincent Price as Barry Ingham plays him, by the way. You got Vincent Price as Professor Ratigan, in the role I believe he said was his all-time favorite, because when you really think about it, this is a role you're doing that you're going to be immortalized for. That's exactly what he said. You're making your bid for immortality. And when you're in a Disney film and all that, in all seriousness, that's exactly what you're doing. I think it's a great film. It may not be as good as films that were released around the time, but it's still a very good film, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Okay, let's just get over this one as soon as possible. The Rescuers! The one no one really likes. Released in September 1992 to, as you would expect, decent reception on home video. Sold a few copies. Sold like I think 1 million copies, but nothing too big because, to be honest, The Rescuers is probably, if it were not for Home on the Range and Chicken Little, this would be their worst film. And if this is a worst film, Disney should really be proud of that, because they could do so much worse, a la Chicken Little and I almost said Meet the Robinsons, Home on the Range. This one, May 17th, 1992, and this one, which is another hand-me-down. A bit more emboldened intro there. Logo there. May 24th, 1992. The Rescuers. What can I say? It's a very mediocre Disney film. It is, without a doubt, the worst that that the studio did before 2004 and 2005, where they released back-to-back two of probably the worst animated films of all time. But if The Rescuers is the worst Disney film, then that's definitely something they should be proud of, because it's mediocre at work. At worst, it's just annoying and mediocre, and at best, it's just mediocre. I call it a film fart. It happened, it was inconvenient, but it passed, and no one really cares about it anymore. Beauty and the Friggin' Beast. I have 3 copies of Beauty and the Beast, which dwarfed Fantasia as the most successful selling Disney tape of all time in 1992. Selling almost 20 million copies after its enormously successful run in theaters. In case you can't notice, this is an unopened copy, and this will remain unopened. This is without a doubt going to be the coup de grace in any sale I make, because if you can find an unopened copy of a classic film, even if it's a very easy to find one like Beauty and the Beast, you're gonna make a lot of money. A lot of money, my friends. Let's look at this one first, because that one has all the ancillary stuff in it. Beauty and the Beast, it was the top seller of on home video in 1991, following obviously being nominated for Best Picture and being the 3rd most successful film of all time. Of 1991, behind only Terminator 2 and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which I already talked about. July 27th, 1992, and let's look at the big one. This one actually still has its proof of purchase number right there. I think that's pretty cool. This has a lot of ancillary stuff that's going to take a while to get through. So let's toss you to the side for a minute. Has a Pizza Hut coupon there, which is making me hungry. I want Pizza Hut now. Though I could get pizza at any time because New York... I'm sorry, other states. New York has the best pizza. We do. Just accept it and move on. This is a much later copy. This is November 24th, 1992. Now these two videotapes have different trailers on them. The later one that I just showed you has 3 trailers in the beginning. A teaser trailer for Aladdin, a re-release trailer for Sleeping Beauty, a re-release that never happened, and a trailer for Pinocchio on home video. And at the end of the film, it has after the film and the credits, there's a trailer for 101 Dalmatians. This one, conversely, is a very interesting tape. It has the teaser trailer for Aladdin and the re-release trailer for Sleeping Beauty, and then it has a logo that says "Stay tuned for special previews" with an S. Unfortunately, it only had the trailer for 101 Dalmatians after it. I did have a copy of Beauty and the Beast that had the Pinocchio trailer at the end, along with the 101 Dalmatians trailer, but I believe that tape was I either gave it to a cousin who wanted to start doing this, or I believe the tape was broken. But let's go through all this ancillary stuff. Start with this Pizza Hut value card. A holiday gift from Pizza. Look at how old that Pizza Hut logo is now. Look how much it's changed. I want to see, when did this expire? Valid through, February 28th, 1993. I wasn't even born yet. Why did my parents not use this? Jeez Louise. We have a business reply card. The oldest videotape on that list is either Mary Poppins, or Bambi. Just right there, governor. I don't know why I'm talking with a Cockney accent. Beauty and the Beast soundtrack and story collection. Complete your Beauty and the Beast experience with this treasured collection. Where you have a book and the soundtrack and a read-along with pop-ups. Interesting. And a watch. And you can order that for your child if your child really loved Beauty and the Beast. And we got a Nabisco $5 refund on classic Disney videos. We could have used this, and we would have gotten Beauty and the Beast even cheaper. Oh well, I digress. You could actually use that to buy another copy of Beauty and the Beast if you were going to buy it for someone. Who cares? Disney videos, a beauty of a gift. How cheesy. How very cheesy. Okay. Discover the beauty of collecting Disney classics. All these titles which were available. Rescuers, Rescuers Down Under, Great Mouse Detective, 101 Dalmatians, The Classics, So Dear to My Heart, Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, Dumbo. Crikey, I got Dumbo. And the studio film collections. I don't believe any of them are new so far. They may have new ones in the back, just to be sure. They do not. But they have mini classics. Now they have Mickey and the Beanstalk and Peter and the Wolf added to it. And the original Winnie the Poohs. Before the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh would be released on home video in 96. After a 15-year moratorium. I think that's just weird. And you have the cartoon classics and the Disney sing-alongs. And you can save $1 on any of them. With this coupon. Back when coupons actually meant something, I guess. Dance workout with Barbie and Frankenweenie again. We are running out of time. A Classic Christmas. And the Ed Sullivan Show. And the Elvis. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I can't do Elvis right, in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know. Alvin and the Chipmunks. And Rocky and Bullwinkle. I think that's it. And then you have, for Pinocchio coming back to video in 1993. Okay, what is there to say about Beauty and the Beast that has not been said already? It is my third all-time favorite Disney film. It is breathtakingly amazing. The songs, the best the studio has done. The animation, some of the best the studio has done. Great characters. I think the best pure all-around Disney character that has ever been concepted in Belle. A great love story, a great villain, terrific score, solid story. There really isn't much else you can say. Beauty and the Beast is an absolute gem to have in a collection, and it is one of the best Disney films ever made, period, signing off. Ordinarily, I would not have two copies of this re-release of Pinocchio, but I actually have two very interesting versions. Now, ordinarily you'd think, oh, what's the difference between them? There's actually an audio error in one of these videotapes, and it happens during the teaser trailer for The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is on, I believe it is this tape. I'm not entirely sure though. I think it's definitely this tape. And then another, we may as well open up the tape. That's what we're doing here. We got Pinocchio. January 21st, 1993. Yes, it is definitely this tape. During the Nightmare Before Christmas teaser trailer, after he starts talking about all the technical innovations done in Disney films, when he starts talking about the film itself, it acts like it's like he's speaking into like a loudspeaker or like a very vibrating room, because it doesn't sound like it's like clear cut. It's like it sounded like it was a bootleg. And I actually grew up with a copy of Pinocchio that had that on there, which I made it think it was a bootleg, and then I found it actually was a bootleg, and I thought it was because of that. This is the legit version of Pinocchio. I got this from my uncle on Thanksgiving 2 years ago? Actually, no, it was last year. Last year Thanksgiving, I think. Who knows? January 20th, 1993. So they're both very close in date. Can't really talk much about Pinocchio except for the fact that it's a terrific film. On to the next one. Here is the big one. The most successful selling Disney Classics line thing ever. Aladdin, which was released in November of 1993 to overwhelming sales on home video. And at the time, it was the most successful selling videotape of all time, following, of course, its magnificent run in theaters, where it made over $500 million. Let's see there, perfect, and the print date, July 25th, 1993. Now, these two are also different, but as we talk about this one. Yes, this is the one I got from my grandfather, because as the chipped off, wait, were you the one I got? Oh, son of a gun, you were the one I got from my grandpa, never mind. Where did I get you? I think I got you at the library. I'm not sure. But these two do have different openings and trailers and such forth, but not exactly different, but more or less two different versions of this tape. This is July 20th. Both of these tapes have teaser trailers for The Lion King on them. Let me just put at least one of you back so I can talk about the film. Thank you. But I believe it's that one, the one that's still out, has a lot of the scenes of The Lion King still in pencil drawing, so it's sort of like a story reel. This one has a lot more of the colored-in scenes for Lion King, so I think it's awesome to have that, to have two differing versions, as I will with the final film, which we will get to in a moment. Okay, Aladdin. I have an inhuman love for this movie. It is my 6th all-time favorite film and my 2nd all-time favorite Disney film. It has some of the best songs ever written. It has one of the best characters, and of course, Robin Williams is the genie. You have unbelievable songs, great story, one of the best leads, a fantastic villain. Probably the best score Alan Menken has ever done for a film, in my honest opinion. I love the songs, and there really is not much of a big difference in quality of songs, as you guys are fully aware of. Howard Ashman passed away during the making of Aladdin, and only 3 of his songs are in the film: Arabian Nights, Friend Like Me, and Prince Ali, while One Jump Ahead and A Whole New World were written by Tim Rice, along with Alan Menken, of course, who is again like the heart and soul of this Disney Renaissance, with the exception of Lion King. He was involved in almost everything. Aladdin. Spectacular, 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 spectacular film. If I keep going on it, I could be going all night with how good it is, so let's move on. This is it. This is the final title in the Walt Disney Classics line. The Fox and the Hound. Released in March... Excuse me. Thank you. Released in March of 1994. This would be the very last title that is supposed to have the Walt Disney Classics logo. Though I believe Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and The Lion King at least should have been included, but in case I didn't show the side. There you go. Love The Fox and the Hound, and it loves me. Only bit of ancillary here is a business reply card, which has an assortment of movies on there, the oldest of which is The Little Mermaid, and the newest of which is, of course, Aladdin. Let's look at that tape now, if you'll actually open. One of these tapes has a very interesting print error about it. I believe it may be this one. Yes, it is. Look at that print date. May 12th, 1995. Now, this had to have been a print error because The Fox and the Hound went into the vault on January 31st, 1995, along with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was out on home video as a Masterpiece Collection tape. And what would make it especially weird if it was released in 1995 would be the fact that The Lion King, a film that is teased in this videotape, was already out on home video at that point, so it's kind of odd. And these two both have different trailers, of course. Let's look at this tape first. Love The Fox and the Hound. I do love this movie. I will talk about that more in a moment, though. Alright. You are February 8th, 1994. This tape of The Fox and the Hound only has one trailer, and that is the teaser trailer for The Lion King. Nothing more after that. This one, on the other hand, has the teaser trailer for Lion King and a home video trailer for the infamous Disney direct-to-video sequel, The Return of Jafar. Let's put you back, because you're the special one. You're the super special awesome one. And as we conclude the Walt Disney Classics collection here, I'm going to give you a brief moment of what I think about The Fox and the Hound. It is definitely one of Disney's darkest films, along with being one of Disney's sappiest. It has some of the sappiest moments you'll ever see in a Disney film, such as the famous lines of Todd and Copper. You're my very best friend, and you're mine too, Todd, and we'll always be friends forever. And of course, that song that the widow Tweed sings when she has to let Todd go back into the forest. Goodbye May Seem Forever, that's a sad song. But it's a very dark story, and it teaches kids a very serious message about prejudice and how to overcome what society expects of you. I mean, who would have expected a dog and a fox to really become friends? And they almost don't. I mean, at the end, they're out for blood in the climax, and then it takes one of them choosing to be a hero to save the other that really saves the friendship. And then, of course, the other one would follow in suit later. But of course, I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens. You guys need to see this film for yourself if you haven't seen it. That is the Walt Disney Classics collection. If you have any questions about collecting these films or any of the other collections that will be coming, please do not hesitate to ask in the comments. I have been NintendoMan64. Join me next time for my next collection videos, which will undoubtedly be the Disney sing-alongs. I don't know when they will be on, but expect them. So, this has been a NintendoMan64, and I'm signing out. Sayonara!